And now, without further ado, I am honored to welcome the newly appointed Director of the Providence VA Healthcare System, Mr. Lawrence Connell. Welcome, Director Connell.
Thanks, Deb. I hope everybody can hear me okay. And thank you very much for inviting me to speak today. I am the new director. I've been in the job, I think, maybe 5 weeks already. So I'm still a newlywed here in the Providence VA. Look, I'm a military veteran myself. I spent 30 years active duty in the Army, and then I moved to the VA. I just came out of Washington, D.C. as the Chief of Staff at the Veterans Health Administration. And when Providence opened up, this is my home state. I jumped on it. So I'm here, and I'm excited to speak to all our veterans. Listen, our coverage area in Rhode Island, Southeast Mass, and as well as the Cape and the islands, where we serve about 36,000 veteran patients who are active with us. It's a pretty big area. Many of you know, we have a medical center in Providence, as well as the outpatient clinics known as C-Box in Middletown, Hyannis, and New Bedford, Mass. We offer both inpatient and outpatient care with more than 30 specialties at our hospital. And if we don't have the specialty you need, or if we can't get you seen in a reasonable amount of time, we'll find a VA network provider in your community. We are, of course, part of what we call the Big VA. It's the largest integrated healthcare system in the nation, but we'll get you that care that you need. In fact, just kind of to show you how we operate, as many of you know, there's a lot of snowbirds in Rhode Island who get their care from Florida during the winter months and spend the rest of the year with us in Providence. That care is relatively seamless when they move from Florida back up to Rhode Island. So wherever you are in the U.S., the VA can provide eligible veterans with very comprehensive health care, with depending on your disability, with no premium to pay. Though I do want to note that depending on your disability rating from VBA and your income, you may or may not have to pay a copay with us. The best way to find that out is to call our benefits number up in the Providence VA. I also want to point out that our care scores, and this is throughout the nation in the VA, despite some of the negative press you may hear about the VA, I do want to emphasize our care scores are as good or better when compared with the private sector in most categories. In fact, recently there's been a Dartmouth Institute of Health study that confirmed that the quality of care you get in the VA in many areas is as good, in some areas better than you get in the private sector. RAND recently did a study on our access to care, and they found that access to care in the VA is better than most private sector systems. And look, we are not the VA of 2014 when they had the access to care crisis. That's not what we are anymore. We've made monumental improvements since 2014. And look, you don't have to take my word for it. We even have a website for you to compare local hospitals, and that's www.accesstocareva.gov, and it'll compare your local VA hospital with the hospitals in the area where you live. So who's eligible? There are the specific criteria, but in general, if you were honorably discharged and served in a combat zone from Vietnam and after, have a VBA-rated service-connected medical condition, or if you're low income or homeless, you should be eligible for care at the Providence VA. And if you think any of these apply to you, you can apply online at www.va.gov, or if you're in our area, give our eligibility experts a call at 401-273-7100 is our main line, extension 12496. Again, that number is 401-273-7100, extension 12496. And listen, my pledge to all the veterans out there is if you want to come see us and you're having a tough time getting in, or if you want to say what great care you're getting, my phone's open to you guys. Please call at the hospital, and I'll talk to any veteran who wants to talk to me. With that, I will hand it back. Thank you.
So, Director, there are a couple questions. I've heard recently that the VA is really trying to encourage our Vietnam veterans to return to the VA healthcare system. Could you speak a little bit more about that?
Sure.
That initiative?
Yeah. So so you heard of the Mission Act, and the Mission Act gave veterans more choice, and that's the right thing to do. And this was kind of a spin-off from the Choice Act due to the crisis in 2014, the Phoenix Access scandal. So the problem with the Choice Act, it was kind of haphazardly put together. wasn't well managed, which spun out the Mission Act, which gave veterans the choice to get their care paid for in the community, paid for by the VA if we couldn't meet the access to care standards, or if we didn't have that specialty in the area. What we want, not just Vietnam veterans, but all veterans. We want all veterans from World War II to OEF, OIF veterans to come into the direct care system to get their health care. You're still eligible to get it in the community if we can't meet your access to care standards. But we ask that you give us a chance because I'm pretty confident you'll be pleasantly surprised at the care you get in the VA. And I've been on both sides of the fence. I told you earlier I was a 30-year active duty officer. I retired as a colonel. The first half of my career, I flew medevac helicopters, but the second half, they kicked me out of the cockpit and made me run hospitals in the Army. So I know what good healthcare looks like in the military. When I came to the VA, I was really, really surprised at just how good the healthcare is in the VA. So give us a chance. Let us earn your business. Let us earn your trust. There's lots of reasons to come to the VA. If I'm not meeting your expectations, I need to know about it, and I'll do what I can to make you a repeat customer. How's that sound?
That sounds absolutely amazing. And when you say coming to the VA, is there transportation available to help our veterans who might have some mobility impairments to get to the care that they need?
There sure is. DAV helps us with transportation, and we have our own fleet of transporters in the hospital that will help those veterans that can't drive and need help getting to the hospital.
Wow, that's great. It sounds like you've got a wide scope. Are there special services available in Providence for our women veterans?
Oh, yeah. Let me talk about the Women's Health Program, and I'm pretty excited about that. Again, I came from the central office where our fastest growing population of veterans in the country are female veterans. More and more females are joining the military. So obviously that would make us make females the largest spike in our veteran population. So as a result of that, we've really had to focus on specialty care for our women veterans. We have at the Providence VA a women's clinic. It's on the campus, but it's separate from the main hospital. So female veterans who aren't comfortable walking through a lobby with other male veterans, they can go to their own separate building. We have women health doctors that'll take care of your needs. In fact, quite frankly, I get a lot of compliments on how much the women like the women's clinic here at the Providence VA. And I also ran the hospital in Washington, D.C., same thing. Female veterans love the women's health clinic concept that the VA is rolling out. So come give us a chance.
And that's great. And you were saying that if for some reason the services that an individual needs is not available at the Providence Medical Center, how would a veteran go about finding another physician? Does the VA system help navigate that, or how does that work?
So your primary care doc can walk you through all of that. So in other words, if we can't get you in within the required days, whether it's primary care or specialty care, they're different. That provider will give you the option to get your care in the economy, and we'll pay for it. That's all part of Mission Act. Now, you don't have to take it in the economy. You can stay with us. And what we're finding is nationally, it's kind of humorous, is a lot of veterans are going to kick the tires. What I mean by that is they'll try their care in the community. So they're like, yeah, if you can't get me in within the 21 days for primary care, I'm going to try my doctor downrange or in the economy. And they go there and the wait's even longer. So I'm coming back to the VA. So what we're finding is the private sector can't offer the same quality or access to care that we're providing our veterans now. I'll give you another perfect example. Washington, D.C. VA Medical Center. If any of you have been to dermatology in the private sector, it can take upwards of 3 to 6 months to get a dermatology appointment. At the Washington, D.C. VA Medical Center, you can get a dermatology appointment in 10 days. That's unheard of in the private sector. Unheard of.
Wow. And, right now we're dealing in the age of COVID. It certainly has disrupted the plans for this event. It was going to be live at the Ryan Center, and we're doing it virtually, which I think might work out because we'll reach a lot more people this way. What is the hospital doing to address the COVID situation for our veterans and to keep everyone healthy?
Yeah, so, COVID's kind of upset the entire country, if not the world. What we're doing, and you've probably seen this if you're a veteran that's come to the Providence VA and our clinics, we screen all employees and we screen all veterans coming into the Providence VA. And we'll take everyone's temperature as they come in. So no one comes in without getting screened and their temperature taken. You'll see every employee in the VA wearing a mask to help prevent the spread of COVID. We've also stood up a COVID ward at the Providence VA with negative pressure rooms. What that means is if you're COVID positive as a veteran, we'll put you in a special room that has negative airflow that will prevent any possibility of COVID spreading down the hallways and such. So it's contained in that room, vented out through special filters, and we maintain the COVID patient in that room. And it's comfortable. It's air conditioned. I mean, it's a negative pressure room, so it's nothing scary. It's a negative pressure room.
Awesome. So we have a question that's come up from Denise Lowell. If you could bring that up on the screen, that would be great, Ben. One of the questions that she's interested in is the support for those with brain injuries and aphasia. Denise has a program called Just Ask Aphasia Stroke Knowledge. So it seems like that might be a good fit for programs that you might have as well. And I'm just curious what you have.
It is, in fact, we have a pretty healthy, robust research program at the Providence VA that's working on just that. What I'd ask Denise to do is, and I'll be happy to give you my contact info. Denise, if you reach out to me, I'd be happy to link you up with my researchers, and they can get you up to speed on what we're doing with brain injury research.
That would be awesome. Yeah, that would be really good. I'm seeing if there's any other questions that have come through at this point. I'm not seeing anything. So I thank you very much, Director. And I really appreciate it. I really encourage everyone to go see the Providence VA. There's a lot of amazing things going on. I know for a fact that you're doing amazing research. Used to be over in Building 32 many years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great. And welcome to Rhode Island.
Thanks.
And I really appreciate you being here.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. It's nice to be home and give us a chance. And if we're not meeting your expectations, give me a call.
I'm going to hold you to that.
You got it.
All right. Thank you very much, Director. I really appreciate you participating today.
Thank you so much, my friend.